Saturday, March 18, 2017, a small group of families marched in Phoenix, Arizona, against the escalating number of families separated by deportations.
We're here today to march for our indigenous rights, which we are original people from the original lands here. Our ancestors lived here along with our different brothers and sisters, the Athams. We are the same. So we're here today marching about our right to be here, not as immigrants and not as criminals. We're here to march because we're indigenous to the land and we're tired of being deported and our families to be broken apart.
The group of families and activists in the march walked under the sun at 95 degrees between the buildings downtown, shepherded by police cars and officers in front and behind them. They walked until they reached the main office for Wells Fargo, where they called for an Hispanic community boycott to the bank that finances prisons and pipelines all the same. This building not long ago hosted the office of Joe Arpaio, where we interviewed him in 2010. The activists claim victory for the unseating of Joe Arpaio.
Ya sacamos al Arpaio de Wells Fargo. Ya sacamos al Arpaio de Wells Fargo. Ya sacamos al Arpaio de Wells Fargo. De Wells Fargo ya sacamos ese güey.
And called for a boycott to the bank. Raúl Cordero says that Wells Fargo even paid for legal costs on behalf of the sheriff.
Cuando se viene el problema con la 1070, con la defensa legal de la 1070, ese banco financió legalmente a la defensa legal de la 1070. ¿Por qué la protestamos? Pues porque nuestra comunidad, nuestro pueblo, muchos, la mayoría tienen sus cuentas en ese banco. Nosotros creemos que es una forma de estar utilizando nuestro dinero, el dinero de nuestra comunidad, para perseguirnos, para apoyar la persecución de nuestros pueblos, de nuestras familias y terminar arrestando y deportándolas.
After demonstrating outside the bank, they walk out to the city jail, where many of theirs or someone else's relatives and friends were detained. The intense heat made the march that more challenging for the kids and elders.
Today we are in front of the City of Phoenix Police Department with a march of protest and denunciation against the complicity of the City of Phoenix police orders that are a stipulation of the Arizona SB 1070 law, which was challenged and dismantled and ejected and rejected by the Supreme Court. But a certain provision of that legislation held on and stuck on, and a piece of that, a vestige of that, exists in the form of a police order in the City of Phoenix. It's called Order 4.8. And what we are simply saying here today, that we will not abide, we do not comply with the unethical, immoral, and illegal imposition of racism and apartheid in Arizona.
Since long ago, Arizona has been at the center of the fight against illegal immigration, against people violating the border that divides the first world and the third world. Many of them, if not all, escaping poverty and looking to find jobs. They walk across the border between Sonora and Arizona, often enduring deadly conditions.
Okay, vas a estar bien, okay? Okay, vas a estar bien. Alguien falleció.
Their presence plays an important role in the economy, with 41% of the city's population of Hispanic roots and intertwined with undocumented immigrants. Former Sheriff Joe Arpaio was re-elected for 24 years as a hardliner. His cruelty is famous. I myself visited Tent City Jail back in 2010. There were also chain gangs working around the city under the sun. And while the city has a new sheriff, Paul Penson, who just defeated Arpaio, a big part of the city still lives in fear or indignation. For example, according to the words of Jennifer Sanchez, 23 years old, now they are taking everyone.
Criminal would never be a way that I would describe my father. He's a construction worker. He had a job here. He's a goofball, a good person. Even when he called us to make us feel better, he was joking about it because why? He doesn't want to get us sad.
Juan Carlos Fomperosa Garcia, a single father of 3 U.S. citizens, holder of a work permit to work in the U.S., was detained on his son's birthday and deported after checking in for an appointment on his asylum case at ICE. He applied out of fear of being kidnapped in Mexico because of threats he received after being previously deported due to the fact that his sons were U.S. citizens and could pay ransom. This is why he came across the border 3 times, he said. Like him, many others have been taken when checking in with ICE, like Guadalupe Garcia de Rayos, who was the first one in February 8. Back to the march, it was obvious that they had no real numbers. Jaime Dominguez says that in the community there is real fear to attend any rally and be targeted, captured, and deported.
En mis amigos hay gente que por desgracia no tiene papeles, entonces yo los invité. Entonces yo por gracia de Dios tengo permiso, gracias a Dios, y aquí estoy. Entonces los invité a mis amigos, y son varios, pero no, pues dijeron, no, ¿qué tal si llega la migra o la policía? ¿Tú sabes cómo anda? Dije, bueno, pues eso es su show, escoger, está bueno, ok, y por eso no vinieron,
Jaime Dominguez also thinks that now the community will be less safe because now they don't trust the police.
Pues es que, amigo, ahorita la policía hemos visto que está trabajando como si fuera migración. Llegan ellos y si ven que la persona está ilegal, le hablan a la migración.
Because of the fear of deportations, undocumented families are dedicated to work and save as much as they can so they can have money when hard times come around.
La gente se concentra en trabajar, muchas veces haciendo sus ahorros, haciendo ahorro por si se enfrentan a algún problema.
I don't want to go to work and then somebody stop me and I'm not coming back to my house, and what my kids they going to do if they alone?
Well, some of the students at my school have changed because since Trump has been saying negative things about Mexicans, African Americans, any type of culture, anything, they have been saying a little bit of racist things over to some of our students at my school.
Salvador Reza is a longtime community leader. Comparing to the massive marches he helped organize in 2010, he thinks now there is a fundamental difference: fear.
Fear. There's a lot of fear. People are afraid that if they're seen in a setting like this, that they're going to be targeted and deported. It's not true, because you're more likely to get targeted and deported by being by yourself, driving alone in a car. But you know, Donald Trump's manners and the way his aggressiveness and everything else has caused a lot of fear in the people. However, the ones that do come are the people that are the bravest and the ones that are willing to fight. We hope we can, we're doing it for everybody, but we hope everybody else would realize that without organization, there's gonna be deportation.
Just blocks away from where the march took place, signs calling for awareness and unity silently speak to people walking by. The art made by Karen Fiorito was commissioned by the owner of the sign, Beatrice Moore, who said to 12 News that it will remain there as long as Trump is president. Follow The Real News for more of our coverage.